Okay, go ahead.
You ready? All right. Hi, my name is Dave. Occasionally people ask me what is involved in putting in a replacement window, and so I thought I'd take a few minutes to just kind of show you some of the basics, and give you a basic idea of what we do. Hope you have a good time. Thanks for watching. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and loosen the window from the sheetrock on the inside so we don't have any sheetrock damage. So we want to do that by cutting loose all the interior sealants, all the sheetrock mud, everything kind of out of our way so that the window can be released easily. Next thing we're going to do is remove our glass. The easiest way to do that is with a handy glass cutter. This is where it comes in handy to have a little expertise, not really for the faint of heart. Sometimes it's helpful to go over the outside with a torch, make it hot, that way the vinyl can become pliable. Sometimes that's not as necessary. meeting rail. Of course, the sag comes out shortly thereafter. And we're ready for our main frame.
Hang on a second, let me
Alright, next we want to go for the main frame. We're going to put a pry bar in at the bottom, right in the middle, and just kind of lift it up to give ourselves a little bit of clearance. We want to be real attentive to the corners down here where the sheetrock is, so we make sure we don't tear up the inside walls. Shake it around a little bit, loosen it up. And again, use our large pry bar to expand it in on itself. Slowly walk it around. This juncture I usually would recommend going to the other side. Alright, now we have our opening cleaned out. We're ready now to deal with some of the things that may be in the way, some of the brick mortar on the edges of the brick. Also, we'll want to come back and clean up this sheetrock edge so that when our new window butts right up against it, it'll have a nice pretty place to seal to. So we'll do a little cleanup and then we'll move forward. We're almost ready to seal it up. A couple of the things that we need to do just to prep things, we wipe off the frame with some goof off or some kind of solvent that's going to help keep it clean and make sure that the sealant adheres. We also want to go through and put our little plastic plugs over all the 3/8 holes that we used to mount the window itself. So it should be a little decorative plug from most manufacturers to cover up where the screws are. Go ahead and put those in as we move along. And now we're ready to run that interior sealant bead. Can we get close up in here? Because here's what I'd like to show folks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it right in the corner. I'm going to make a little bubble in front of it, and I'm going to drag my caulking gun through the little bubble. By monitoring it on the front side, should be able to have a very consistent bead. Splice that out. Hoping that you can see this, so we're going to try to run a little bead on the side here. We're going to start at the top corner and make a small bubble in front of the caulking gun, and then run the caulking gun through that bubble in order to give us a nice uniform bead all the way around. This is really one of the most complicated parts of doing a pretty installation. Alright, one of the things I like to do in order to make it look nice and pretty is go ahead and use some foaming glass cleaner, put it over the bead. And what that does is that wets the surface of the caulking bead so that I can then use my finger to tool it nice and flat. You get a nice, pretty, consistent result all the way across. The liquid prevents it from sticking in places where I didn't already apply it. And it also makes what's there want to be able to be pushed back into the opening in order to get a real nice seal. So again, I'm going to go up high here. Just run a little layer of that. And use my finger to just push that back in and make a nice, smooth, consistent bead. When done correctly, should look pretty much like part of the window. I always use a paintable sealant for the interior. This one's called an OSI quad. I like it quite a bit because it's rubberized and yet paintable. And that's how we run pre-caulk vision.